And together we are the hosts of XtrOLive. Y'all make some noise for yourselves, man. So it's almost January. It's about to be our 1-year anniversary. We out here, we're trying to, increase. We decreasing so that he may increase. Listen. So we want to thank y'all for being here, honestly and truly. So we're going to concentrate a little bit on a little bit of media. We're going to gossip a little bit. Talk about some political issues maybe.
Throw it in the trash.
Throw it all in the trash. And then we're going to have some live entertainment here.
I'm here for it.
And then we got a designer today.
Yeah, that's what I
hear. I like talking threads.
I love it. It's good moment of praise.
Listen. So all in all, we're going to have a good time tonight. If y'all down with that, I need everybody in the building to say aye. Aye. Yeah. So let's get these hot topics going real quick. Jason, I'm spinning it to you, bro.
Well, I mean, what's really going on with...
It's always something going on with character top.
So, we're not going to talk about that. But my question is for America.
We're just trying to be great again.
We're trying to, when will we ever great? That's the question.
I understand, I agree.
We're on stolen land?
Yeah.
Okay, so how can you make something great that never was great?
Listen, I'm just saying, it is what it is.
So we basically try to start over?
I mean, the people bought into it. They either bought into it or they sit at home. I hope y'all registered to vote out there.
Yes, please, go vote.
I know I did.
All African Americans.
You can actually check it online too.
You sure can. And you get it mailed to you.
I did.
I'm sure you did, because the people can't see you.
I don't stand in lines no more. I used to stand over there off Fulton Industrial. I don't stand outside no more, no line. If I can do it easy, then I'll do it easy.
I'm sure. We make a praise God.
Moving on. What you got for us, Jeffrey?
I am not the one to gossip. I am not the one to gossip.
You came on here with
the streets are always talking about.
The streets are always talking.
So you all know how petty 50 Cent is, right?
Yeah.
The man from Power.
He bought them seats at that Ja Rule concert.
At the Ja Rule concert. Y'all on 1B.
So this is what happened.
What happened?
50 Cent, Ja Rule got a little beef going on, right? So what 50 Cent did was Ja Rule is about to concert.
Ja Rule wants to...
I'm not always there when you call.
Where that nigga been?
Listen.
Where he been? He got a concert?
He gotta be doing something right. Because Ashanti didn't work $40 million.
Ashanti wasn't selling no concert tickets.
It don't matter. She worked $40 million. Well, last year she was worth $40 million, but she had a few new movies right before that.
Okay.
So,
Love don't cost a factor.
But back to the subject at hand. Y'all so petty. Oh my God. So back to the subject at hand. They got a beef going on. So 50 Cent brought $3,000 worth of tickets to Ja Rule's concert. And then all the front row seats. So he can't see nobody when he's sitting on the stage. Petty.
But more important than that, from a financial aspect, who's gonna buy Ja Rule merchandise if nobody's gonna actually?
Who said he had merchandise?
I mean, I want to put Ashanti back on it.
Murder?
Listen, I love me Ashanti, I love me Ja Rule back in the early 2000s, you know what I'm saying?
Listen, y'all can't sleep on Ashanti. She had them thick sideburns, but she was a bad.
She's a bad.
She's a bad. It was thick as your beard.
I'm trying to tell you.
It was her sideburns, but she was fine.
With an extra help.
Yes.
We thank and praise God for that.
Hallelujah. What you got for us, J-So?
I just think it's a lie.
Okay.
That's all I got. That's all.
That's all you
That's all I got today.
That's all you got. Listen, I don't gossip. I'm not
You
one to
are
gossip.
gossiping.
I'm not one to gossip, but I really, really, really don't know if this baby is A1.
It is. It is. I'll be damned. It is. Safari ain't nothing but a piece, and we thank God.
Well, if it was only Safari that was a piece, and it wasn't Safari, and what's the new guy on the show name?
You talking about
Rockstar.
She's a homosexual. That's all I got to say about that.
They produce babies too.
But listen, that was America.
You don't do that.
No.
You do not. I'm just saying.
I think that's nasty.
We gonna find out because A1's mother is not. She's not gonna let it rest. Do y'all think that she should be in the middle of it, telling that girl, telling their good mom that she don't think that's her baby, and saying that she think her son should get a.
They are married. They are married.
Y'all agree with that? How would y'all feel if mama came in this for y'all? And it's like, I want you to
Which
get.
one are we talking about?
Listen, your blood mother.
Was that a dog?
Oh, you talking about?
Was that a dog?
No, you do not look like Baby Bop. You can talk about Baby Bop. I don't even know her name. I just know she is funny and that thing looks like Baby Bop. Did you see her strolling across that beach?
No, did you see that? Bob on the top of her head. What is
Looking like Lenita.
No, she look worse than Lenita.
I love my Lenita, y'all. We got to pray for
What's
her.
the whole thing with her and King? You know, she was real shady for King.
What happened? I ain't about that.
So King posted a picture of her baby shower. Basically, I guess it's like a princess name or whatever.
Okay.
So
So she really pregnant this time.
Praise God. And her man is actually real this time.
Ooh.
And he looked good for a light skin.
He is paid.
He is paid.
Literally, he's paid.
He is paid. But however the case may be, Nene wasn't invited to the baby shower.
The baby shower.
So King posted a picture. Had a group of girls there on that. And Nene commented on the picture.
What did Nene say? She was
Basically, it was to the effect of, you know, beautiful pictures, you know, beautiful ladies.
So she showed love.
She later then goes back and says, you know, I really think y'all should have fired King because now she has a true story to tell.
You got to be more. She didn't really have a story before though.
That's on purpose.
No story, no glory, no check.
Which is why I said, why y'all fired Pedro? Because, you know, that would have really spiced it up. Because Candy and Portia was really wearing the thing.
Yeah.
And they still are wearing the thing. I need them to get on.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, I understand the situation at hand, but if you're not going to deal with that particular girl, don't even be in her
That what girl?
That particular girl. You're going to believe it's only 265 days in a year.
Oh, God. So,
who's lip locking on Mickey's smile.
So while we gonna talk about that, we gonna talk about other dumbass mistakes that people keep making.
Okay. And that is?
So, you published this video of me, right?
Today.
And I hold a press conference on you, right?
Shut up, stupid.
And now I'm on national television and this case ain't closed.
You are messy. You are so messy.
That's what I'm here to be. I mean, it's a hot topic.
You are messy.
She's stupid.
You're messy.
Y'all know what I'm talking about? No. Y'all don't watch Love and Hip Hop LA?
Tia Marie.
Listen. How would you hold a whole press conference? You hire all these people, and now you back on camera with
And
this
then you go to
man.
Dallas have sex with that man.
And they sure did. And that wife was not, she was not having it.
And then she told him, she was like, well, I really want to consider you, but because he liked you, I guess we could bring you out. You are that less of a value to be considered to be into someone's relationship.
What about Bridget's place, though? What about Bridget's place? Do y'all think that she's overly messy? Because I think that being messy is okay.
Bridget Kelly? Yeah. She was messy?
You talking about Brooke?
Brooke, Valentine's for me. I don't know why.
Girl play.
Bridget?
Yeah. That one. Is she messy?
The girl there is Brooke, and yes,
Bridget Kelly is her name right now. But Brooke Valentine is her girl.
Yes, she's messy.
Do you think she overboard?
Just opening your mouth is overboard.
Yeah, but she really, really brought everybody to the table like friends should do so that they could discuss everything.
No, that's Now let's.
Do y'all think that's messy? I would want my friends to bring us to the table
If it's about
so we can get everything out.
situation pertaining to my friends, then no, it's not messy.
It was a situation. They were just trying to figure out who the father was. And A1 keeps saying, we're in a happy place right now. He ain't saying that
Maybe we're in a happy place, but yeah, she's messy. Because she's the one that started it.
No. Face started. The one that got wet all in her face. She started it. She started it when Lyrica opened up the concert and showed up later. Lyrica, allegedly, Lyrica didn't admit it. So K. Michelle got mad, remember? K. Michelle started it.
At the end of the day, I think it was messy. Because you already know that situation was very touchy. That's it.
Yeah. So how would y'all respond to that if y'all was in a relationship and somebody was pregnant? Somebody was pregnant. So she got pregnant, right? That's right. So she got pregnant and y'all was broken up right before she told you she was pregnant.
For a month, right?
For a whole month. And you got 3 people say that they might be the father. Well, 2. Because the others say 4.
I'm just going to go off of facts. Now, this is season 4. River Red, A1, Ray J. Safari went to the Star Bank to see who could produce the most.
Who could produce the most?
A1 was number 1, right?
Who? Ray? No.
A1 was number 1.
Okay.
Safari was what, number 2?
No. That's not Safari was first.
Ray J had the lowest count.
And he
That's
got
why Princess took so long to get pregnant.
But she still got pregnant when he doesn't do it.
Anybody want to talk about? I need somebody to, I'm not going to respond to this. I'm not going to do this with you. I need somebody to come up and tell me what you think about this whole situation. Because to me personally, I feel like if it's our business, it should be discussed outside of our household. Because it's already a delicate situation.
But they opened it up when they signed the paperwork.
So you're condoning Brooke for opening up?
I'm just saying Brooke has a job and she has to be relevant, and the person that's most relevant in all of these shows is the messiest person. Yeah. Brooke is securing her bag. Her music not popping. She's just a pretty girl. Her relationship not popping. She's just hoping to get married. So she's making sure that her check is maintained by being AKA messy. What you saying?
What y'all think?
Throw it in the trash.
Y'all don't have no input on it?
They're white. Well, y'all don't agree with me. That's why y'all don't say nothing. Y'all think that's not messy. That's her job. He said it's stupid.
I'm not going to do this with y'all.
He said it's stupid. Those are your friends.
We'll move on to the next
Your
topic.
friends.
We'll move on to the next topic.
What is the next
Honestly,
topic?
we're not going to get that.
Jeffrey, what you got for me? Like, Jeffrey's so live.
So, you guys know that I watch professional wrestling. I'm in a wrestling business. It went down WWE SmackDown style at the Lakers game about a week ago.
Oh,
Yeah,
Chris Paul,
Yeah.
Rondo, what would you guys have done in that situation?
The same thing they did.
what you mean? We just playing the game.
What do you mean what I mean?
What about your boys? Would you have reached over?
No, I ain't gonna jump in. If it's one-on-one, that's a different
If
situation.
it's one-on-one, that's one thing, but if you get your ass beat, then I need to jump in. My friend not gonna get his ass beat. Especially if it's a Sunday night and not a Saturday or a Friday night, because I might gotta stand there too long.
But you guys are on the national television broadcast in front of all of
You think I'm
these.
still a man? You touch me in the program.
If you touch, mama taught you, wherever you act up at, that's why I'm gonna beat your ass at, and that's what happened.
But you have another set of people on Sports Center saying they don't know how to
That's
act.
because they're stupid.
And that's because they get paid to say they don't know how to act, so they can be relevant.
Yeah, that's all they
If
got.
somebody did that on if they partner, if you sit up here, you slap me, I'm whooping your ass right now. On site. I'm not waiting until afterwards because we're in the show room.
Let you get to the parking lot and somebody just walk up and just sock you in your mouth. What you gonna do?
You gonna wait till you get in the car and think about it and then get back out and find
Is
it.
that what it's like? And what you got to say about that?
WWE.
You know what?
What's that?
I'm probably gonna end up on Ileana.
What's her name?
Ariana.
Listen.
I'm straight.
So we can talk about that. We already talked about that last episode, though.
We didn't talk something?
What's going on?
We did kind of talk about her and Tamar's situation.
Oh, we did talk about that situation. We did talk about that. But I don't want
I ain't heard nothing about it since the accusation.
that was a finale, that was it.
It's gonna be it too.
Ain't nothing much we can talk about.
You know, Tony Braxton got a concert going on.
First time,
She's coming here, it's like $175 every
she's worth every dollar.
Yeah, she is.
She's worth every dollar. She
sells
sells a
too.
living
I think it's gonna be hot though. Her little promo video came out yesterday. I said, I ain't talking.
I mean, you know, she always sells good,
Good sex.
yeah, wonderful sex, especially at that social media.
What she did with you?
You didn't hear that song?
Never been.
I'm Babyface. I said BB.
Babyface. Let's see, Brooke Valentine.
Listen, names are just
Yeah, they just
trash. But Babyface.
So what's y'all's favorite Tony Braxton song?
Breathe again.
Breathe Again.
Breathe again.
Breathe Again. Y'all can yell it out. I mean the words to me, that's your way.
Wrap it up. Come on. 7 whole days.
7 whole days.
Yeah.
7 whole days, not a word from you. Alright, so we gonna wrap that up. Ain't no more words in this gossip section. Y'all make some noise for y'allself, real.
Denziel, how are you doing today?
I am wonderful. How about yourself?
I'm doing well. We're glad to have you. So I'm going to start it off to ask you, is this something that you designed what you have on?
It is definitely something that I designed myself.
Do you want to model it for everyone out here?
I can do so.
I love that.
Okay. So what is the inspiration behind what you have on today?
I think fashion is basically what you make of it. Fashion speaks of our insides, basically what we want to voice on the outside. Sometimes people actually have a hard time speaking in words, so you can actually show them what they wear.
Okay, I like that. So what ultimately got you into fashion design?
I just had the desire to be different. I've always been like the black sheep everywhere I go. I never really fitted in. At school, in crowds, it was like I was always doing it. I was just out on my own. And I kind of adapted to it, so I kind of actually just allowed it to be my brand.
So I know that you've only been designing for about 1.5 years now.
Correct.
What struggles have you encountered in that 1.5 years breaking into the designing?
There's always the wonder of if I'm good enough, or if people are actually going to like what I have, or they're going to like what I actually bring to the table or what I offer. But I think that the confidence comes within yourself because you can't really sell something that you yourself don't believe in.
Okay, can you say that one more time for the camera for the people that's going to be watching? I like that.
You can't sell what you're not believing in, so you have to believe in yourself in order to get it out there.
Love that right there.
That's a
Right there. So where are the people that want to get your designs, that want to get involved with you? How can they contact you? How can they get involved?
You can actually find me on Facebook at Chosen Entity, that's CHOZENENTITY, or on Instagram at CHOZEN_ENTITY. I am currently working on my website. I have some new upcoming things for you all.
Okay. I want to thank you so much for joining us today, you guys. Did you guys enjoy it?
I actually have a few pieces that I've actually made for a few friends when I first started sewing, so these are some old things that I actually have, that I have made but I actually can make. So, you know, they've revamped a little bit, but I wanted to call up Bryant Anderson, please. These are basically, this is called a burnt out. This is basically a sweater that I actually made. A lot of times we like oversized sweaters. You know how you go outside and you're too cold but you can't put your sleeve over your hand? But with these, you can actually put them over your hand and get your hands warm and actually keep your face warm at the same time.
That's it. That's neat.
Next, I'm going to call to the stage the trail. This is, I call my stick people juices.
Okay.
This is basically a cotton thin with actual lace sleeves, as well as I make jeans as well. So the jeans are also designed by me. Stand there. This is bringing a twist to the African shirts. This is basically a basic button down that I actually made with the manual collar. I made all of these. One piece that I'm working on that I'm thinking of my birthday. She's also a fashion designer.
Okay.
I call my godmom so we can to the stage.
Nice.
Ladies of elegance. This is the shirt that I'm currently working on for my birthday. This is organza. I'm trying to figure out what kind of buttons I actually want to put on it. I'm not sure.
This isn't done yet.
It's not 100% yet. But it is a current piece that is worn on, but I do also want to formal wear.
And you can kind of see through it, right?
100%. Ooh, let me have a body attack.
I'm that, to be honest. On that. You gave us words of inspiration. Once again, let them know where they can follow you and keep in touch with the designs.
You can again find me on Instagram at Chosen Entity, CHOZEN _ENTITY, or on Facebook at Chosen Entity.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
joining us. I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it.
Denziel, everyone.
Welcome back, everybody. It's your boy J Soul, and I just wanted to let you guys know I thank you for tuning in tonight. It's a special night. We have a special guest tonight that is very dear to my heart. He's a good friend, a good brother. Some of y'all may know him, and some of you really about to get to know him. I want to bring to the stage my homeboy, David Robinson. What's going on?
Nothing much, man, nothing much, just chilling.
It's all, I'm sorry.
Oh, I see.
You know what they do for fat people, sitting around.
I'm not gonna touch that.
Okay. So what's going on? Tell us what's going on with you. How you doing?
I'm good, man, glad to be here. Thank you for the invitation. Excited to just, kind of sit here and talk to everybody.
Definitely. So I brought you on the show because I wanted everybody to get a better understanding of what a PR is, how to brand. Because a lot of people have businesses or have different things going on that they're trying to promote but don't know how to brand them.
Sure.
So just want to do it, a few tips before we get
Okay,
started.
absolutely.
Before we get started going deep into that, tell me 3 things that if I knew you, I wouldn't know this about you.
That you wouldn't know.
That I wouldn't know. I would have to really be surprised. If I knew you okay. I saw you in church, hey David, oh that's his David. But I wouldn't know really much about you. So tell me 3 things that I would.
Okay. One of them, I'm a huge Barbra Streisand fan.
Really?
All right.
Huge. She's up there with Beyonce.
So you're not a Beehive fan, is that what they call it?
So,
I don't know.
I used to be I used to be a huge Beyonce fan, but
What happened?
she decided she wanted to be a rapper, and I feel like she's
My husband is a rapper.
and allow him to be that.
Oh, praise God.
I love hearing Beyonce sing. I love her voice. It's not to say that she can't do that. I just prefer the singing side of
So
Beyonce.
just stick to the singing and don't rap.
That's at least for me.
I mean, she's a Virgo. We gotta try Virgo too. But we gotta try.
So,
So you just don't go here altogether. Just don't.
So when I first really fell in love with Beyonce, I really fell in love with her because she was gorgeous, talented, but then she also I felt like Beyonce stood for something. I felt like there was a level that you would say, oh, Beyonce would never, because she had standards. But I think those things that Beyonce would never, we've seen in a lot of ways. And it's not to say that it's not to say that I'm critiquing, I'm just saying that she just has changed from the artist who was. So let me say that.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, we're gonna leave that there because I want the Beehives coming to stage. Jesus. So all the Beehive fans,
I still love Beyonce.
You still love
And
Beyonce?
can't wait for the next album. Let's be clear.
Listen.
And we'll be at the next tour, and I've seen her live.
I'll rock with you. Second thing. Second thing.
Okay, so this is something that most people don't know. I don't think I don't think I've ever seen Friday all the way through. Now, please don't keep my car. I've seen clips, but I don't think I've actually watched it from like beginning to end ever. Well, that does sound bad. It does sound.
So I'm gonna need somebody that you keep with like 24/7 to take you to watch Friday.
I'll think of something.
Don't go nowhere. I want you to see it right there.
I've seen, like I said, I've seen several clips.
No. Clips is not. No. I want you to watch the whole 2 hours of change.
Okay.
I want you to get to know Smokey. I want you to get to know Craig. I want you to get to know his mom. I want you to get to know Miss Hall. Hey, Miss God. Let's get some science. Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so Spider-Man.
Third thing most people would not know about me is I have a real fear of pigeons.
Okay.
Pigeons? Why
Yeah.
pigeons?
And seagulls and stuff, and like birds, and a lot of times birds in general. Birds, it's any birds. I just get nervous. I don't.
So what if the Lord is sitting as a dove, you go butterfly?
He knows me better than that.
Touch God, Lord!
He knows me better than that. Listen, I'm like, oh, you gotta show me another sign.
So you telling me you give the Lord an ultimatum? Is that what you do?
You better be a plan
Because he
B.
may come as a dove.
I'm saying I need a plan B.
There is no plan B. There is no plan B.
Listen,
He don't do it how he wants to do it. You better
as long as it's from a distance.
Listen, whoever is his best friend, I need y'all to take him to the cage of birds.
Distance.
And lock him in.
But you know what? I will say, I think my fear, I realized I was telling a story earlier today. I actually do have a situation with a bird. Like 2.
Why need you to get delivered and set free?
Yeah.
Come on, Jesus, lift your hands.
Yes. Now you got power.
Don't do it. That'll be an extraordinary live show. Ooh, hey, thank you. Okay. But for real, I appreciate that. No, that's good so I get to know the next man on the show. I can ask you.
Okay.
Did you deliver your birds?
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. Because if they see their reindeer,
You know, I feel better with them when they're fresh.
when they're from, oh, thank you. The bird dies so that we can live again.
That part. That part.
Oh, thank you, God.
I want to get my stuff. Matter of fact, that might be the destination.
Good piece of, let me tell you, a drawback ministry. Oh, don't give me no flats. That's
Well.
all that. Give me that drop.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay, so back to the battle at hand. Praise. PR, public relations.
Yeah.
How does that work? What does that all entail?
So there's a couple different things, and I appreciate that question. So it's important to understand the functionalities of, I would say, PR versus marketing. And those two things are very different. They do sometimes work hand in hand, but they're very different, and it's important for any business to recognize what your real need is and where your real audience is. So PR focuses highly on getting in press, getting in media. So, interviews and magazine features, newspaper, ads. You even see when people see them, people at red carpets and doing different award shows. All a red carpet is just a bunch of interviews in a line, right? So it's still, that's that whole PR thing. That PR is getting that person in front of the public. So oftentimes, understanding that PR has a if there's any business owners out here, if someone is thinking about, I want to take my business next level, I need to hire a publicist. Really make sure before you pay this publicist anything that they actually have a list that caters to your audience. Because it's one thing to hire, let's just say, a publicist that works with Beyonce. I don't know, since we're just talking about it. Even though that's a fantastic publicist because she works with literally like the #1 celebrity in the world, that publicist may still be completely useless to someone that wants to be in a magazine about their restaurant. Because when a publicist makes a press release and distributes it to their audience, it's going to go to their audience. If I'm the owner of a restaurant and I want to be in Food Magazine and Cooking Magazine, that may not be on the list of distributors what you would normally distribute some information about Beyonce. So it's important for any brand to understand when someone says and wears the title publicist, that they really have an audience that fits the niche that you're in. So that's PR. The other side is marketing. So marketing talks about the overall brand, the overall look. There's actual, usually tangible numbers to be able to measure your ROI. There's things as far as social media that goes. So it's about really finding ways, in other ways, even other digital platforms like doing Facebook ads, Instagram ads, Google AdWords campaigns. There's Bing ads, even Yelp ads, depending on whatever your business that you have. It's important to have a marketing and proactive strategy there. Understanding the difference between blanket marketing and target marketing, understanding where your audience lies. So I had a client, and I know it's kind of going in. I can shut up. Okay. So I had a client that we did a strategy with her, and she sold bath salts. And so we wanted to make sure that when people searched online for her, that when they typed in bath salt, they would find her. Well, that's cool. But then later what we had to learn is, well, maybe there's actually not a lot of people on Google searching for bath salts. We need to redefine the strategy and make it so that she becomes more of an impulse buy. So when people are on Facebook and just happen to scroll, maybe skincare, bath care could be more of an impulse buy rather than something that's a target search. So it's understanding the difference. So these two things work hand in hand, but the difference between marketing and PR.
That was one thing. Okay, that's a lie. I don't think I want to do that. That's a lot of thinking and thinking about somebody else. And after a while, my mind and my spirit get weary. So to each his own. So that's why the Bible says, whosoever will, let them come.
Yes.
So you feel that calling upon your life, and the Lord bless you and keep you. Okay. All right.
Yeah, I would say that would be the main differences between PR and marketing.
Well, that's what's up. Well, definitely appreciate you coming up tonight. Definitely let me get you back on another time so we get some more information, because definitely want the people to know how they can brand their business and stuff. So, I'm your boy J Soul. Y'all give it up for David Robinson.
So we want to take the time to thank y'all so very much for coming out to XtrOLive. We know it's been a really, really good episode. We've had some incredible people that we've met with, discussing a million and one hot topics. But we're going to get into a little bit of entertainment really, really quickly. We didn't touch on arts and all of that to that extent. Any R&B music lovers in the building? Anybody miss that old school?
Yeah!
What's your favorite old school R&B song? Y'all want to know my real one? Caught Up in a Rapture is not about Jesus. That is not about Jesus. My favorite R&B song is Sexual Healing. Oh yeah, I knew I was going to make the ladies jump one good time right there, bro. I got you. But no. It's all about music. Music is really, really one thing that all cultures can kind of relate to, that really, really draws whatever energy or whatever synergy you have back to where it should actually be. So for me, it's never ever a moment when I don't like to hear some good underground music that's about to be popping. I got this lady in here, she's real sexy. I'm really single. And I'm on the market, you know what I'm saying? And she might be the next one, you never know. But we're gonna go ahead and bring her to the stage. She's incredibly talented, incredibly beautiful. I need y'all to make some noise. Make her feel real welcome to Genesiz. Hey. Alright, so Genesiz has performed kind of everywhere, especially here lately. She really been kind of popping off. So, Genesiz, kind of tell us a little bit about who you are, where you're from, and how you got into music.
So hello everybody. My name is Genesiz and I'm from McDonough, Georgia, which is about 30 minutes south from the south side of Atlanta. And I've been singing my entire life. My dad's actually a preacher, a musician. My whole family sings. We're all just like a musical family, so I just got it honest.
Okay. So if you had to kind of tell us who your style, not necessarily mimics, but mimics, who are your favorite artists? What puts you in the mood to be ready to write, to be ready to sing? Kind of tell us a little bit about that.
I would say my top three for sure: Whitney Houston,
Okay.
Lauryn Hill,
Okay.
and honestly, I'm gonna go with like Brandy and Anita Baker. I'm gonna give you four.
Mix both.
I'm gonna mix, yeah. I'm gonna put them in there. I love that deep soul raspiness, you know, like just makes you like feel good when you hear music.
Okay. So about a year ago, I think it was about a year ago, you released a record called Undecided.
Yes.
Kind of tell us about where the record comes from and what inspired you to write that song.
So I actually had a friend, right, who had kind of been dealing with two different guys and trying to figure out where she wanted to be as far as in a relationship with either one of them. And I just thought her story was really unique, and I wanted to write a song about it. And I got in the studio. Well, actually, I had a writing session at my house with my friend. His name is Mando Hill. Shout out to Mando. And we wrote it just off the whim.
Okay.
We wrote Undecided.
So we're going to listen a little bit to that. DJ, you got this queued up. Y'all want to hear some of this good music, some of this original R&B soul music? When I tell y'all this lady got a voice on her, and she look real good, and she smell good too. Y'all make some noise for Genesiz for her record, Undecided. Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and take a sneak peek into Genesiz' #1 hit. It's on all digital platforms, all media outlets. Undecided. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Genesiz. Undecided.
Would you love me if you found out I had a nigga on the side? Would you love me if you found out he was paper alright? Would you still care if I did my hair? Would you still care if I get somewhere? Don't worry about a thing. You stressing him buying me things that I really need. I know that it's hard, but I don't really care. No, your money, that's my money too. His money, that's my money too. You love me and I love him too. No, I cannot decide between the two. What if I stated that he was the first and you playing number two? What if I told you that he do things to me that you can never do? What if I said I'm up in his bed, I'm not coming home to you? Cause he do me right, yeah, he do me right. Don't worry about a thing. You stressing him buying me things that I really need. I know that it's hard, but I don't really care. No, your money, that's my money too. His money, that's my money too. You love me and I love him too. No, I cannot decide, no, I cannot decide between. I don't want you acting out for it. I had to do what I had to. You were mad that it happened. Had to wait for you. I always knew that he was what I wanted. Now we were just chasing me, boy, go on about your way. Your money, that's my money too. His money, that's my money too. You love me, I love him too. I can't decide.
Alright, so that's real hot. You said your money, that's my money too.
Yes.
His money, that's my money too.
Yes.
You said I love him.
You love me.
You love me, but I love him too.
Yes.
No, I cannot decide between the two.
Yes.
That's deep. Is it about the money though, or is it about the love?
I think sometimes for some women it's about both. You know, if we're being 100% honest, sometimes women want to feel like they're secure with whomever they're with and whoever they choose to be with for their life. So I think for her it was both. And I mean, some people do things for different reasons, but I'm not judging.
So before we go into this next record, I know you had this little 3LW kind of tribute type thing going on with this new record. You got a lot of radio exposure now. You guys are kind of everywhere doing individual things as well as things together. Kind of give us a quick view, a quick scope of all the things that you've had going on recently as a result of just pushing and pressing.
So kind of like a little bit of a brief story is I graduated college. I went into a corporate job for about 3 to 4 months, and I decided that I hated it so much. And so I came up with this idea of having like, you know how they say you have your 9 to 5, but you work your 5 to 9 when you get off. So this whole idea of like a 5 to 9 and just like, it's almost been like a movement inside me that's been internal to just keep pressing towards the things that I want to do to make my dreams happen, and also encouraging people around me to do the same things. Because at the end of the day, you know, money and cars and clothes and all that stuff, but it really boils down to how happy you are and everything. So I wanted to do what made me happy. So lately, fast forward almost a year later, after Undecided dropped, I just was on a ticket a couple days ago in Birmingham for the Birmingham Classic, and I did a show last night. I had an 1.5-hour set. I just started a residency at a spot in Stockbridge. So it's just been a lot of great things and a lot of great records that I'm making right now, and I feel like I'm finally getting in tune to who I want to be as a musician and as an artist, and I think that's what makes that's what makes me the most happy.
Definitely appreciate y'all for coming rocking out with us tonight here on XtrOLive. Jeffrey, come on back up here, man. We're gonna go ahead and close the show off. Y'all make sure all of our other guests that are still here, if you're still here, feel free to come up to the stage. Genesiz, before we bring them up, kind of tell us where we can find you on social media, digital outlets, all that good stuff.
So you can find me on social media at Genesiz Music. That is GENESIZMUSIX. And you can find any of my music under Genesiz Undecided or Rocky Practice.
Okay, cool. Y'all make some noise once again for Genesiz.
Thank you guys so much for having me.
All right, Jeffrey, you had a special guest with us tonight too. Go ahead, talk to us.
Yes, I have
real quick.
Yes, I have the fashion designer Denziel. Make some noise, you all, as he comes up. I want to thank you so much for joining us today. Any final remarks before we close out, Denziel?
Just live for us.
Look you all.
Listen.
Okay, connections.
Yes, I got my new stylist right here.
Yes.
Okay, so without further ado, we want y'all to make some noise for yourselves. We definitely appreciate y'all. We're gonna call our CEO, Chris, to the stage really quickly. He's gonna wrap it up for us, and we're gonna have a good night.
Thank you so much for all coming out tonight and basically celebrating with us for our Halloween edition, even though a lot of us did not dress up. But anyway, thank you all for coming out, and look forward to more XtrOLive coming. We're doing our weekly show starting next year on 2019. And there will be Facebook Live, Instagram Live. So if you're not following us, please follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Should probably go to other platforms as well, like Periscope and things like that too. I said Periscope and things like that. What, doing live as well? Yeah. Okay. Just try to make sure we try to hit all platforms.
Go ahead. Y'all see why he don't talk during the show?
Exactly.
Because he has a lot of sidebars.
But anyway, thank you again for coming out, giving your time, and again, have a very extraordinary night.
Oh yeah, please go out and vote as well too. Voting is going on, so please get out and vote. Make your voices heard.